It seems like somebody having a tough time making weight. Ladies and gentlemen, former unified welterweight champion of the world, Errol the True Spence, has requested a weight change. So his long-awaited anticipated bout versus Tim Tszyu is going to be out there in Australia. It was supposed to be a catchweight at 158, and now the bout will be in the middleweight division, in the 160-pound division, in which Tim Tszyu has accepted the request. Now, to be honest, I don't think it's a big deal. I think it will benefit both fighters. It will probably benefit a little bit more performance-wise for Tim Tszyu. And I think for Errol Spence is just to make weight. He hasn't been in the ring since the last time he got whooped by Bud Crawford. I think it will benefit Tim Tszyu more. It's not a big deal for both fighters. Tim Tszyu is going to be stronger and he's more active. Even though that he has, his hiccups, wins and losses, heading to this fight, I think it's still gonna benefit Tim Tszyu. He's more active, younger, more used to that weight, and I think that Errol Spence is a better fighter, better technician, but he's there to be hit as well. You know what I'm saying? His defense is not all of that. It's good, but he's there to be hit, and Tim Tszyu is there to be hit. I think this is going to be a great fight, though. It's going to be a great fight. I don't think it's going to last the whole. I think it's going to be more 10 rounds now. 10 rounds. I doubt it's going to be 12 because they're not going to be fighting for any belt, because it's going to be in the 160-pound division. As a matter of fact, I think that both of these fighters could very well campaign at 160. I mean, think about it. Who's at 160 right now? 160 is a ghost town. I wouldn't be surprised. I know that there's lucrative fights at 154, but these guys could easily move up to 160 as well. We've heard that Virgil Ortiz, he's winning to move to 160. We heard that Xander Zayas might be moving to 160 as well. Your Errol Spence is over there. Tim Tszyu is going to be fighting at 160. Of course, the champions in terms of Josh Kelly, who's going to be performing July 25th in the Anthony Joshua card. I can't wait to see that fight because, of course, a lot of people have been talking about the Boots and the Xander Zayas and what's next for Boots or what's next for Fundura, but a lot of people is not trying to mention Josh Kelly's name, in which that could be a potential fight for the winner of this bout as well with Tim Tszyu and Errol Spence. Again, this is not a championship bout. It was going to be a catchweight anyway. Might as well fight at 160, and might as well. I'd rather see fighters fight comfortable. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see the best of both fighters, in my opinion. Of course, there's gonna be some type of ring rust for Errol Spence, but maybe he could perform. Maybe he could perform good, like Keith Thurman Keith Thurman wasn't in the ring for a long time, and he went out there in Australia and performed well. Now, of course, his opponent is no Tim Tszyu, but I didn't see too much rust in that performance. We saw it in the Fundura, but not the get back fight. Also, Gary Russell. Gary Russell didn't fight for 3 years, and he looked real sharp. I think that maybe Errol Spence is gonna look sharp because he's not rushing. He took his time. He really took his time. Been working out with Jamal Charlo. You already know he got a new trainer in Ronnie Shields. One of the best trainers of this generation. So I think he's in great hands. Had a good camp. His body looking probably the best I ever. His body look as the best that we've seen since he hit the championship level. To be honest, so I expect a good. I expect a good Spence. I expect a good Tim Tszyu, especially at 160. And kudos to Tim Tszyu too for requesting it and not making it a big deal about it. It's gonna be a good money fight for both of these guys. They could take care of their family and things of that nature. Look, I like this fight. I think it's gonna be a fan-friendly fight. Two fighters that come forward, that throws a lot of punches, that sit on their punches as well. So yeah, man, expect the TKO or a knockout. I got Spence in this one. I won't be shocked if Tim Tszyu beat him just based off the inactivity. But I got Spence beating Tim Tszyu. Let me know what you feel about this fight. Let me know what you feel about the weight change. You already know this is Punch Drunk, aka Mr. Moonshine. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.